when Pam was presenting all the new features, I understand that for some of you who have spearheaded some of these, you're very much aware of them. But for some of you, some of these features may be head scratching. Oh, that's great. Maybe even hearing it for the first time. This presentation, I'm sure, Pam, will be available so people can refresh their memory after the users conference to see what there is. And I understand that we are working internally on a system where the upgrades that we have put onto the system over the last year will be in chronological order with a link so you can review material and videos on the new features as they continue to move forward with the platform. So just to let you know, we are going to continue to do that. So all of you can keep up to speed on these new features.
Detailing the pipeline that we will be coming through will be Susanna.
Hi everyone, this is Susanna. I'm the project manager for Magnific Group. I'll be talking about the items in pipeline for development this year. So we have the modern upgraded interface for users, pagination, manual pass by admins for lesson plans, counting the retries as items, console for sub-administrators, and e-commerce. Modern users interface. We have a new and modern lesson plan listing screen for users. In the modernized version of the lesson plan listing screen, we have the option to add images for each lesson plan. Also, the users are able to see the category the lesson plans belong to. The user is also able to filter lesson plans by category. Admins will have the option to add the image while creating a lesson plan. They can also set up a default image from the menu, General Settings, which will be displayed for all the lesson plans. If you would like to customize the images, it will have to be done in the lesson plan creation screen. Counting retries as attempts. Currently, Learn-WiseGo does not support retry option on the slide within a SCORM module. In order to retry, users have to exit out of the module and then restart the module again. So after this implementation, Learn-WiseGo will count retries on the result slide as attempts based on the number of attempts set by the admin while creating the training modules. Manual pass by admins for lesson plans. If you have issues with passing users, we have a method to go in and manually pass them. BU admins navigate to lesson plan listing screen from the menu and select the lesson plan for which the user has to be passed manually. On clicking of Pass User button for the required lesson plan, user will be displayed. BU admin needs to select the user from autocomplete search box and select user. On selecting users, status of all the training modules completion status will be displayed. BU admin can choose the required training module for passing by clicking on Pass User button. On clicking on Pass User button, the admin will need to key in the following parameters required for passing a training module. So basically, all these are optional. The training module start time, time spent, user score, total questions, attempted questions, and the completion date time. So based on whatever the admin enters here will be displayed on the reports for the user. On click of Pass User, the training module status will change to Pass. Once all the attached training modules are passed, then the lesson plan status will change to Pass for the user. Console for sub-administrators. We want to add a console for administrators to access the sub-administrator's account. It will be accessible through the Users menu. Once clicked, the admin will be seeing the sub-administrator's dashboard. The upper right corner will show the sub-administrator's name with the mask icon with a green circle crossed out. This is to distinguish between the sub-administrator account and a user's account. In order to revoke console, you will also have to click the icon to return back to the administrator's account. Pagination. The current implementation of Learn-WiseGo uses continuous infinite scroll for pagination. This has quite a few issues, namely on different screen resolutions and when you zoom in and zoom out settings. So we are now moving away from infinite scrolling and having a pagination control to avoid these issues. A pagination bar will be added at top of the screen. Per page, 10 records will be displayed. Admin can jump between pages by clicking on the specific page number. The maximum number of records you can see at a time is 80. If admin searches any record or if they apply a filter, then the pagination will be displayed based on search records. E-commerce. Admins can publish their trainings to sell customers and users on their e-commerce site. Our e-commerce site allows users to purchase and complete courses on the Learn-WiseGo platform. Other site functions include course expiry reminders and generation of course completion certificates.
Thanks, Susanna. Just a few comments on the developments. Again, thanks to a few of our clients on the call and other clients who help us identify these items for future development. So we really appreciate that. And you're just seeing the front end. These all take quite a few hours of work to put together. So and that's really Susanna's main role, and she's on the documentation and manages the entire process. So thanks, Susanna, for the good work there. At the end of this call, we're going to look to all of you to throw out some ideas, if you have for future developments as well that can be put into that pipeline. So extremely important for us is to keep that coming and to keep our system getting better, improving, whether it's a user interface, whether it's functionality, reports. We're open to all ideas. So thanks there, Susanna.
We have a question from Brian. So Brian Lampton from Corey. He asked, under what circumstances can the admin or subadmin pass a delegate? Brian, you mean like when you can be in another admin's account?
Yeah, I think the question I'm really asking is that there aren't that many circumstances whereby we would want to pass a delegate when they should be able to do it themselves. But there are those circumstances where, for whatever reason, they trip up in the system or something goes wrong and it just doesn't capture that pass. I just wondered if there were some restrictions on specific things that we may or may not be able to pass them on. So, for instance, if it's a credentialing package, I would assume that we wouldn't be able to pass them on a credentialing package, but we would be able to pass them on a lesson plan, as a for instance.
Okay, like a privilege. Yeah. So go ahead, Andrew.
think that's pretty much accurate. I mean, the manual pass is for training modules is the idea. So if you have a lesson plan with multiple, maybe 10 modules, and potentially one of them is something that's gone wrong for one user, they got knocked off, or the browser messed up, or whatever it might be, you can actually go in and manually override the score to pass them there. If you need to do the whole lesson plan and there's 10 training modules, you'd have to go through each training module and do it. So it is at the training module level. That's where it would happen. I mean, you're correct. This is not something that is expected to occur frequently, but surprisingly, we do get a number of requests, and it's a manual process. So really what we're doing is saying, hey, if you need this done, you now have the permission to go in and do it yourself, or the capability. But,
and that's for admins and sub-admins?
Admins and sub-admins. I don't know. I need to just review the specification if this will be a privilege we can turn on or off for sub-admins. It probably should be discussing it, because maybe only the master admin should be able to do that.
This is also what I would think about. So switching on or off per sub-admin might be meaningful, because with this kind of audit relevant topic, you want to know who can alter this kind of decision, passed or not passed. And there will be some admins which just create content, upload some modules, but some other should only be able to play with the passing status.
Pass fail. Okay.
Yeah, this is actually a privilege. So when you create a sub-administrator, if you give that privilege for the sub-administrator, then they'll be able to pass them.
Okay, great. That's good, Susanna. Thanks for clarifying.
Okay, good. Thanks.